shoot the shot, but you ain't having it. Girl, you jazzy, and I love you to the moon and back, baby. Girl, you jazzy. You everything a man could ever want. Girl, you jazzy.
Watching the Jazzy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. Make sure you sit back and relax, and we got a hot show for you today. So make sure you subscribe, and stay tuned.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Keith Battle, author of Chickology, Why Men and Women Cheat, and I'm on the Red Carpet Lounge with Jazzy.
It is dangerous to stay in a place beyond your season. You got to pay attention to when God dries stuff up around you and it's time to move. This ain't even working anymore. This ain't working for me, and it ain't working for you. You ain't producing. You can't deliver what you were delivering. I can't receive anymore. Whoever this is for, when you're in a place and you can't receive anymore, it ain't flowing anymore. It may be time. The brook dried up, baby. It's time, and it ain't like God is through with you.
Hey guys, this is your girl Jazzy Mango, and welcome to the Jazzy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. Today we have an amazing man here. I have Pastor Keith Battles in the building. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show. I know your schedule is super busy.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. How you been?
I've been great. No complaints. Doing good. It's hot.
Yes.
I don't like hot weather.
It is hot. Too hot.
Too hot. Too hot.
Well, you know, something that really attracted me to you was the book that you written, and it's called Side Chick Analogy.
Chickology.
Chickology.
Yep.
And it was interesting because to have a pastor speak about relationships is kind of a touchy subject. So what made you get into that? I
mean, it's such an issue in our culture.
Absolutely.
Like, why wouldn't we talk about it? I've been in a marriage for 30 years. It hasn't always been good. I've lived this out in my own life. And when you counsel and work with couples a lot, you see patterns, right?
Absolutely.
Like I think people, when they talk about cheating, they only just talk about, oh, men are dogs, or she's a tramp, or whatever. But what I started seeing was, I started asking the question, why do people do it, right? Like, because if you don't know why you do something,
you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, like so, or you don't know why you do it. I think it's at least, even if I'm doing something wrong, I want to know what the psychology is behind it.
Absolutely.
What's driving this behavior? If it's inappropriate, what's driving it? And that's what I started seeing. I started seeing this pattern that was consistent in every single relationship. I don't mean like most. I mean every single relationship had a pattern that sent people away from each other towards other people.
Right.
And I said, I need to put some of this in writing, like not to tell anybody's business, but just to expose something that people hadn't really talked about at this level.
Right.
Because this is just not a book about cheating, like, yeah, who's cheating, who's having sex with who. Right. It's a book about how to understand when it's happening, because it doesn't just happen in marriages. 40% of non-marital relationships have infidelity in it, if you want to call it infidelity. It's still cheating. If you give your heart to somebody,
absolutely,
and you're committed, and we're supposed to be exclusive, and you find out, come on. I don't have a ring, but I will go to your chin. You understand what I'm saying? It's happening in all kinds of relationships. So I just thought it was important to put something in writing that we could have a conversation about, and that people would be more equipped to understand why it happens, how to avoid it, and then what do you do when it happens? How do you rebuild trust?
Right.
And how do you know if I should even take the time to rebuild trust with this person?
Absolutely.
Is this person even worth it? And I could go on and on about that.
Well, I want to touch on right there. How do you know if that person is worth it? What is? I know you don't have all the answers, but that's a big thing. I'm 29 years old. I've been through a lot of relationships, and I'm one of those people, like, once I get into a relationship, I want to see it through because it's time invested. But at some point, you have to come to the conclusion where it's like, it's time to let that go. Right.
So how do you know when it's that time? So several things you want to look for. First of all, if there's been infidelity, if there's been cheating, right? Unfaithfulness. You haven't been faithful to this relationship. So cheating by nature is you didn't feel like you were getting all you wanted from me, this relationship, so you went and got some of that from somewhere else.
Right.
The reason why it's cheating because you hid it. If it was just straight up, if you was just going bowling, you didn't have to tell me. You could FaceTime while you're bowling, but the fact that you hid it means that that's cheating. So we get that, right? So you say, let's say, because there are other ways of looking at whether or not a relationship should continue. Like, are we on the same page? Let's go into that. Do we have the same values?
Right.
Do we have the same dreams? Or are our dreams in collision? Like I'm dreaming of going this way, and like I want to do philanthropy work in third world countries. You want to stay in Baltimore the rest of your life. Like,
right.
Don't take me out of Baltimore. Well, so we're going to be missing each other half the year because I really want to help the poor, right? So you have to look at your vision. It can't just be how fine somebody is or how built they are or whatever. It's got to be like, are we aligned in our purpose and our mission? Those are some of the basic things you look for. I focus in the book that I wrote on, how do you know whether you should continue a relationship with somebody who's been unfaithful to you?
Absolutely.
Because people who have cheated in relationships are 3 times more likely to do it again. This is what I'm saying. Will a cheat repeat? More than likely, if 3 things are not in place. One is an admission of wrong. If you still lying about it, like we still can't get the truth out of you, like you still, and I got pictures and evidence, and she even told you, we still, that ain't what you think, that you just believe what you want to believe. We can't, you're going to cheat again.
Right.
If there's not admission and accountability, like you don't get to break the rules and make the rules.
Absolutely.
Like once you break the rules, now it's my rules. Like I need to know where you are, and I know it sounds like parenting, but there's got to be like, you can't have passcodes anymore that I don't know.
Absolutely.
I got to have access to all your information, and then there's got to be boundaries. Like you cannot continue to have access to a person you cross the line with.
Absolutely.
Like how's that cool? Even if it's your baby's mom.
Right.
Like how's that cool? They didn't know when I'm going with you. Then when you go over there, and those are the kinds of things you have to put in place to protect the person from going down the same road again. Because there's always a reason why people act out.
Right.
And even if I stop the behavior, it doesn't mean I stop the things that were triggering the behavior. So if I feel what I felt again, if I feel rejected, if I feel unappreciated, if I feel devalued, I may not do that. I've got to figure out a way to handle and manage these feelings without doing that behavior.
Right.
When that's always been my go-to.
Right.
So I feel rejected, I cheat. I feel unappreciated, I creep, right? So now I got to feel rejected because life happens. And I got to do something that's acceptable. Like, what are you going to do when you feel the same thing? So those are the kinds of things. If there's not a change of how a person operates, then I think it's unwise to stay in a relationship where somebody hasn't made those kind of amendments. Because here's another statistic that's very true: 2 to 4 people who've been cheated on are 2 to 4 times likely to be cheated on again. So just like there are serial cheaters, there are serial cheater owners.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's just like it's a tolerance.
Right, right.
But I'm saying, I mean, how much of that can you deal with or accept? Like,
right.
Oh, nah, that's not happening. And you got to be willing to have your heart shattered and broken and saying, I'm going to lose this person that I love and care for so much because I know this person is not willing to change, and this person doesn't even see anything wrong necessarily with what they've done. They haven't admitted it. Or you're going to continue to make yourself vulnerable to something that's going to happen again. It's just a matter of time if they don't put those changes in place.
Absolutely.
So I would say if a person's not willing to make amendments to make the relationship secure, then I don't think you should continue because you're just going to get hurt again. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that's a drug. That's an addiction.
Absolutely.
Like you could be a pain addict.
Absolutely.
Or my self-worth is so low that I feel like I got to share somebody. That's just my dilemma. I can't have an exclusive relationship. And I talk about that in the book. It's a girlfriend mentality. A girlfriend mentality has this mentality that I'm not exclusive. It's kind of like I understand, particularly when I'm the girlfriend of a man who's in a committed relationship.
Right.
That's a side chick.
Right.
Ology.
Right.
Right. Touch your neighbor. You got
Yes.
that? Did I answer the question?
No, you definitely did. So, in that being said, how do you reverse that psychology within yourself? So how do you say, you know what, I'm tired of being cheated on for the cheating, or I'm tired of being a cheater for the person that's doing it? How do you reverse that?
First of all, I don't know of a cheater who gets tired of cheating. Because there's something you're getting out of it, right? I'm getting over, like when you were younger, did you ever play hide and seek?
Yes.
So hide and seek is a game where somebody turns around, close their eyes and count to 10, right? And they looking the whole time, they count, right? 1, 2, but the other people go and hide, right? That's probably the first high we ever had in life. If you can hide so good you can't be found, it's like a sense of success.
Absolutely.
They can't find me. They're looking for you like the next day. You're still hidden. And if you found a partner to hide with, y'all killing the game. Like, they can't find us. That same rush is what's felt by a couple that's getting away with creeping around people. They can be out in a group with all the people and nobody know that they have an inappropriate relationship. Right. It's like that kind of rush and that kind of slickness, that kind of codes that they're sending, using fake names on cell phones, all that stuff. That's hard to say. I'm tired of that. Absolutely. Because it has similar rushes to bungee jumping. It's like it does stuff in your brain and all that. Now, so what you have to do is you have to find other ways to do that. You have to be tired of how many people you're hurting and the consequences and the shame and the stress of trying to cover something up. Now, how do you change it? So that's how you change that. But how do you change the psychology of a person who continues to be cheated on? Yeah. Here's the good news. To all of your viewers, if you go to sagacitycompany.com, that's my website, SAGA City Company, spelled out, sagacitycompany.com. You can go to my website and read the 10th chapter of my book for free. You don't have to buy it. In the 10th chapter of my book, I talk about what kind of relationship a single person should be looking for. And I tell you 9 things you need to do to reverse your own psychology. One of them is, I have to decide in me that I am no longer going to waste my time. Because check this out, Jazzy, when you think about time, right? You think about, let's talk about money. Right. We were talking about money before the show started, and cost of living here versus expenses there, and income here, and how on certain platforms they don't want to pay you what you deserve. So we talk about money, right? But if you lose money, let's say, but I'm saying if today you left your house with $100 and you came back and you had 40, you're like, I don't know what that 60 is. It would bother you because you lost it. Right. But you can get $60 back. Right. But if you lost 6 hours, it's gone. If you lost 6 minutes, it's gone. If you lose 6 years, time is an evaporating gift. It never returns. You have to value time. You cannot let anybody waste your time. Now you can waste my money because I know how to get more. Right, absolutely. But you cannot waste my time. Let me tell you some time wasters. This is just so. Let me put a parenthesis on the frame, on the philosophy. Right. So if I got a philosophy, you say I got to change my psychology. Right. You think my time's not valuable? Right. Even at 29, because we don't know how many more of these years we got. Right. Right. Yep. How many more before God comes back, or the world ends, or I die? Like I don't have time to be playing. Right. How do you know when time's being wasted? One is, whenever a man, you can tell when a man is wasting your time when he first sees you. So why do I say he's wasting time? Because whenever a man really meets a woman that he wants to get to know on a deeper level, he won't approach you with game. Absolutely. He won't even know how to approach you. He's awkward. He'll be like, how you doing? I'm talking about the smoothest dude in the room will be clumsy when he really feeling you. Because there's no game there. His game is shut off. His game only comes on when he's objectifying and trying to get over and trying to get something. But when he finds somebody he's really connected with, the game is out. He didn't come to you with one line. It's like, man, your feet must be hurting because you've been walking around my head all day, right? That's man, I bet it hurt when you fell from this heaven and all that. Like, if he comes, no, he's wasting your time. You can know, a man can know you're wasting his time when every time he calls you. Every time he calls your phone, he's like, who is this? When somebody shows you that your time is not valuable, believe that. They're wasting your time. And I say, I got 9 of those, 9 different things. But one of them is in chapter 10, and you can read it for free on the website. One of them is, you have to have this philosophy, psychologically, I'm not going to let somebody waste my time. Absolutely. Every human being is worthy of the very best love. Absolutely. Because God loves us. Absolutely. Loves us so much, he gave his son to die for us. And if I'm worthy of God's love and mercy and attention, that he wakes me up every day and cares about me and protects me, I'm worthy of the best love. Absolutely. Not any love. Absolutely. And somebody's got to have that attitude. I'm not worthy. I'm not even accepting a half love, a part-time love, a contractor love, you know, a 1099 love. I'm W-2 material. Absolutely. You got to come with that. Absolutely. I'm worthy of somebody putting a ring on it and saying till death. You gotta have that. You gotta have that mindset. Absolutely. Coming in the door, you gotta believe that. And any man who's discerning can tell when you don't. You just cool with some Snickers and And a flower.
Right. And call every now and then. Yes, we appreciate you for coming to the Red Carpet Lounge. Let everybody know where they can follow you. And definitely, I'm not married yet, but I still want to learn all of this stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, I might be a little fly in the wall at your little...
yeah, you're going to sneak in. So people can follow me at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All of it's at Keith Battle. It's Keith Battle everywhere. It's the same thing everywhere. Appreciate your support. And yeah, thanks for having me.
And guys, definitely please go purchase his book. Where can they find the book?
You can get the book at Amazon. That's the best place.
Okay.
You can get it. If you see me on the street, I'll sell it out my car.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning into the Jazzy Mingo Red Carpet Lounge. Also, make sure to check me out on Love Hurts on the Silk White YouTube channel. And we're out, guys. Mwah.
I'm not really here for all this shit. Man, well, looking a little stiff. I want you to take me back and chew you up.
Listen, you gotta get your hand off of me. Because if my man pulls
Through all the love
you gonna have money.
and through all the pain, I just want to let you know, that I'ma hold you down.
Remember the first time when we met? You said if I ever took a fall, baby, would you have my back? I said yes, I'll have it through it all. When times are good or times are bad, it makes us stronger, that's a fact. When I'm upset, you make me laugh. This unbreakable love keeps us on track. It makes me wanna hold you down. Nothing else can come between us now. Yeah, hold you down. To the top, we're climbing now. Yeah, hold you down. Nothing else can come between us now. Hold you down. To the top, we are climbing now. When things are good, all things are bad. One thing remains. When things are good, all things are bad. One thing remains.